Okay, well, good morning, everybody. It is Saturday morning. It is November the 8th. Whew. November the 8th, 2025. And yes, I'm working this morning. It's early. It's about 6:45. I'm going to meet with a friend for my weekly 2.3 mile walk that I do for exercise and health, which is a whole nother thing I can talk about sometime. I do have diabetes part 2, and I've chosen to handle it, although I am taking metformin right now at the request of my holistic doctor. I have a holistic doctor who is it's really a crossbreed between a traditional doctor and a holistic doctor, which is what really everybody should have. Most regular primary care physicians are taught in medical school, of course, and all they're taught, these medical schools are, of course, run by liberals, and they're taught the things that will make them the most money: drugs, surgery. And that's all they're taught, really. So that's why every time you go to a doctor, you say, "Doc, I got this place. Well, I'm gonna prescribe you this or that, or you need to have this procedure or surgery done." Do they ever say, "Try eating this way, try changing this habit"? Maybe some do, to be fair. I'm sure a good doctor will, but there's many that don't. That's really a problem in our health. That's really one of the root problems of our healthcare crisis in America. And Maha is a big part of what I'm going to do when I run against John Larson, which, by the way, we now have a treasurer, and we'll get into more details later. But we have a treasurer and my manager, and the three of us are going to meet on Sunday, tomorrow. I cannot wait. We're going to lay out the framework for a campaign like you guys wouldn't believe. Transparent as all hell. And we need to get more representation in Washington for common sense. A guy like John Larson, Joe Courtney, or Jahari Hayes just aren't fit for office. The things they're doing are destroying the country, and they're based on an ideology of Marxism, which is evil. We really, truly, honestly have a good versus evil situation here in Connecticut, especially, and across the country, and in the world, because the free world is all we have left of it is really MAGA. And again, MAGA is Make America Great Again. That's all it is. It's not about Donald Trump anymore, really. Donald Trump's helped launch the movement. He's the leader of it as the president. He's a hero, in my opinion. But this isn't about Donald Trump. This is about saving the free world from extinction. And right now it's under attack. This friend of mine and I that we're going to meet, who will remain unnamed, when we were kids, we used to pretend we were soldiers and stuff, boys, pretend to be all kinds of things, we were boys, right? We were childhood friends, and we used to say to ourselves, boy, we heard about soldiers fighting in Vietnam, overseas, whatnot. We used to say, gee, it seems, we weren't necessarily against what they were doing, but we used to think, God, that seems like extreme. Like, I wouldn't want to go off to fight over there, We were kind of like, we didn't join the military. We just didn't feel like we wanted to go fight another. But gosh darn it, if they ever came to our shores, if they ever came here to try to take us down, we'd be the first ones in the front lines. And lo and behold, here we are. They're not doing it in green uniforms like we thought we were thinking back then, but they're doing it by taking over our schools and our media and getting elected into office. Guys like Mondami getting elected to office. Back in those days in the 60s and 70s, we were over in Vietnam shooting communists. Now we have one as the mayor. We're letting one be elected the mayor of New York without really doing anything about it. And it's so who's winning this struggle? They are. They're advancing on us. They were, at least until Trump got elected. Now we've kind of reversed it, but it is a war, really. It's a velvet war, and it's more than there's violence involved, And that's my point, really. It's one of the major things. There's a lot of reasons why I'm getting involved now, and this is really the crux of it. But a guy like John Larson, or Joe Courtney, or Jahari Hayes, or Rosa DeLauro are the things they're touting. Chris Murphy, especially, the things they're doing are destructive. They're part of the green coats that me and my buddy used to say we were going to fight. Anyway, we're almost at the first destination, my walking point. I'm going to sign off now. I'll probably be back later. After this, I got a couple of local subpoenas to serve, and I got a little work to do at the office, and then I get the rest of the day off really not the day off, but the rest of the day off as an investigator to start planning this campaign and my meeting tomorrow, which is going to be so important, and how I can be as transparent as possible. One of the ways that the evil leftist Marxists that have infiltrated the state so much try to take people like us that want to say freedom down is by discrediting them, you know, and claiming they did things they didn't do to try to discredit them. It's one of the things they do. We're already trying to set the stage that we're going to fix the 2026 election. So, because they know they're going to lose. They won these little stupid little blue state governor races the other day. They're going to lose overall. Anyway, I'm going to sign off now. Hopefully my friend will show up. It's raining. It might have scared him away. We'll see. Anyway, God bless Connecticut. God bless America.